Hi guys, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Now I am going to teach here second year physics first chapter. In that first chapter we are having here total 3 LAQs. Actually we are having total 5 LAQs. In that 5 LAQs, 2 LAQs are deleted. That are Doppler effect, Doppler shift. These two questions are deleted. Now I am going to teach here in first chapter 3 LAQs. First LAQ is the 8-mark questions. First LAQ question is explain the formation of stationary waves. Explain the formation of stationary waves in stretch strain and hence deduce the law of transverse wave in stretch strain. This is our question. Explain the formation of stationary wave in stretch strain, hence deduce the law of transverse wave in stretch strain. We are having 3 types of laws. Okay, and now I am going to teach here. See, first of all, what is the stationary waves? Stationary waves are standing waves. Stationary waves are standing waves. See here guys, what are the stationary waves? Suppose if you can take here 2 stationary waves, means 2 propagating waves. For example, let us consider we are taking here 2 waves. One wave can be traveling one wave can be traveling along the positive x-axis, means positive x-axis, okay. And next another one wave can be traveling opposite to this. Another one can be traveling in negative x-axis. So when the 2 waves it can be traveling along the same straight line, which has both waves has same wavelength, same amplitude and same frequency. When the both waves it can be traveling along the same straight line in opposite direction, whenever it can become superimpose each other, then the new waves are formed. These type of waves are called here stationary waves or standing waves. Stationary waves are standing waves. Okay, and now see here, let us consider we are taking here 2 types of waves now. One is the positive x-axis, another one is the negative x-axis. See, for the positive x-axis, the displacement of the particle is y is equals to a into y is equals to a sin of kx minus omega t. Okay, y is equals to a sin of kx minus omega t, where a is a amplitude and k is a angular wave number and omega is a angular frequency. Okay, and now we can write here, this is the first equation, and another one wave which is it can be traveling opposite to the x-axis, means negative x-axis. For the negative x-axis, another one wave, this is the y1, this is the y2. y2 is equals to a sin of kx plus omega t. This is the second equation, right? When it can become here 2 equations, see, displacement y1 is equals to a sin of kx minus omega t and y2 is equals to a sin of kx plus omega t. According to the principle of superposition of waves, we are having formula. So total displacement is equals to sum of the individual displacement of the particle. Okay, total displacement y is equals to sum of the individual displacement of the propagation of the waves. So y is equals to y1 plus y2. Now we can write here y is equals to y1 means a sin of kx minus omega t plus y2 means a sin of kx plus omega t. From these two equations, we have to take out the common a value. So we will get here sine of kx minus omega t plus sine of kx plus omega t. Okay. This is the total displacement of the propagation of the wave. Y is equals to y1 plus y2. This equation came. Now we are having one formula. Now we are having one formula, that is total displacement y is equals to. We are having one formula. That formula is sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b. Sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b formulas are means sine c plus sine d. So we are having formula that is equals to 2 sine of c plus d by 2, means a plus b plus a minus b by 2 into cos of c minus d by 2, means c minus d by 2, means what we can write here, a plus b minus of a minus b by 2. So again we can write here 2 sine of, here plus b minus b cancel, a plus a 2a by 2 into cos of a plus b minus a plus b by 2, means minus a plus a cancel. So we will get the answer is 2 sine of 2 cancel, 2 sine of a into cos of b plus b 2b by 2, 2 cancel. So we will get again only b. So this is the formula for sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b formula. So according to like this, we have to expand. See, we have to write the combined equation. We have to write the combined equation for y is equals to a into sine of kx minus omega t. Here a means nothing but kx and b means nothing but omega t. Here also see sine of ax plus b means a plus b. A means nothing but kx and b means nothing but omega t. So we can write the combined equation by using this formula. So we can write here y is equals to, therefore y is equals to a into 2 sine kx 2 sine kx into cos of omega t. So this is the formula, y is equals to 2a sine kx into cos of omega t. From this equation we got here one equation, first equation. Okay, from this equation what we can write, sir, means what is the amplitude of this wave, sir, means that amplitude of this wave is y is equals to 2a sine kx. This is the amplitude of this wave. This is the amplitude of this wave. Okay guys, this is the first part, means nothing but what are the stationary waves, how the stationary waves are formed. Okay, this is a briefly explanation about it, and after that we have to deduce the law of transverse wave in stretched string. Before the deduce the law of transverse wave in stretched string, we are having first of all how the vibrating string is, it can be formed here. Formula. See, let us consider we are taking here transverse wave in stretched string formula. Transverse wave in stretched string. Transverse wave in stretched string. See here, let us consider we are taking here one string between the two rigid support. Let us consider we are taking here one string between the two rigid supports. The length of the string is L and density of wire of the string is, that is, mu. Okay. So now see here, hold the string at the middle of this part, middle of the string, excited, I mean vibration of the excited of the string, then the string, it can be vibrate, it can be formed here loops. It can be formed here loops. So here it can be formed, this is the node and this is the node, and this is the maximum amplitude, that is the antinode. First of all, what is node, sir? Means a wave which has zero amplitude, that is called here node, and a wave which has maximum amplitude, that is called here antinode. Okay. The distance between two consecutive nodes is, that is equals to, the distance between two consecutive nodes, that is equals to, L is equals to lambda by 2. Lambda by 2. This is the distance between these two nodes, two consecutive nodes. Okay. And next one we are taking here the vibrate. When the string, it will be vibrate, then the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string. We are having formula, speed of the wave V is equals to n lambda. Generally we are having formula, speed of the wave formula, V is equals to n lambda. From this formula, where n is a fundamental frequency of the vibrating string and lambda is the wavelength and V is the velocity. Now we can get here fundamental frequency of the vibrating string, n is equals to V by lambda. And now we have to substitute. See here, n is equals to V as it is, right, and lambda value is how much? From this formula we can get here L is equals to lambda by 2 and then lambda is equals to 2 into L, 2L. This value you have to substitute replace of lambda. So we will get here V by 2L. This is the V by 2L. N is equals to V by 2L. And what is the V here, sir? Means transverse wave in stretching, that is V, N is equals to 1 by 2L under root of T by mu. N is equals to under root of T by mu, where T is a tension in the string and mu is the linear mass density of the wire. This is the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string formula. N is equals to 1 by 2L under root of T by mu. Okay, where mu is a linear mass density of the wire. That mu formula also mass per unit length. This is called here mu. Okay, guys. And next one. And we are having three types of laws. So deduce the law of transverse in statistics. The three types of laws. What are the three types of laws, sir? Means first law. That first law name is law of length. Law of length. Law of length. So what is the law of length? See here. The fundamental frequency of the vibrating string. The fundamental frequency of the vibrating string is inversely proportional to the length of the string. Length of the string. So we can write here, first of all I am writing here formula. N is equals to 1 by 2L under root of T by mu. This is the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string formula. So from this formula, see, N is directly proportional to 1 by L, or N is inversely proportional to length of the string. So this is the formula. N is inversely proportional to 1 by L, where T and mu are constant. T and mu are constant means tension in the string and linear mass density of the wire. When it can be constant, then only it is possible the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string is inversely proportional to the length of the string. Okay, this is the first law. This is called here law of length. From this formula we can write different types. See, NL is equals to constant, also we can write NL is equals to constant. Then we can write from this formula N1 L1 is equals to N2 L2 also. If you want any, suppose he is given here in the problem more than one, means two types of length and one type of frequency, find the another type of frequency. So this type of formulas we have to take and substitute, we will get the answers also. Okay, so second law. What is the second law? Law of tension. Law of tension. So what is the law of tension? The fundamental frequency of the, same like this we have to write the definition. The fundamental frequency of the vibrating string is directly proportional to the square root of its tension. Directly proportional to the square root of its tension and the root T. When it is possible, sir, means when L and mu are constant. When length of the string and linear mass density of the wire, which will be get here constant, then only it is possible the law of tension is available. Means the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string is directly proportional to the square root of its tension. Okay, this is the second law. From this formula also we can write here N1 by N2. N1 by N2 is equals to under root of T1 by T2. This formula also possible to write. Okay, and next one, third law. What is the third law? Third law is the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string is, I am writing here, the fundamental frequency of the vibrating string is inversely proportional to the square root of its linear mass density of the wire. So 1 by N is that directly proportional to 1 by root mu, or N is inversely proportional to the square root of linear mass density of the wire. So from this formula, see, this one also one type of formula. From this formula also we can write here N1 by N2 is equals to under root of mu2 by mu1 it can become. So more than one value, suppose he is given here in that problem, then we have to substitute and find the answer. This is the one complete LAQ. So once again we have to revise what is the given in the question. What are stationary waves? How the stationary waves are formed in stretch string, and deduce the law of transverse wave in stretch string. So these are the laws. Before the laws, first of all we have to find out the transverse wave in nature. How it will be formed, what it can be formed. Okay. So this is the one complete LAQ, guys. I hope you all are understand. Okay. If you do not understand, you can please write the comments below the subscribe. Okay. Okay, right, guys. And next one. In that one we are having here two more questions also. What are the nodes and antinodes? What is the nodes are means a wave which has maximum amplitude, that is called here antinode. A wave which has zero amplitude, that is called here node. Means what are the nodes are means a wave which has zero amplitude, that is called here node. A wave which has maximum amplitude, that is called here antinode. Okay, this is the most important. And next one, another one LAQ sir we are having here. And next one, guys, see a second LAQ. The second LAQ is, this one also most important for 8-mark question. So we are having question, explain the formation of stationary waves in an air column, open pipe. Air column of the open pipe. So we are having here most important question, open pipe. Directly I am writing here from solution. Okay. See here, open pipe. First of all, what is the open pipe? A pipe which it can be opened at the both ends. That is called here open pipe. How the stationary waves are formed in open pipe? See here, guys. Let us consider we are taking here one open pipe. Let us consider we are taking here one open pipe. In this open pipe, when the air can be enter into this open pipe, see, when the air it can be enter into open pipe, then see the middle of the pipe it can be found here nodes, and end of the pipe it can be found here antinodes. Okay, middle of the pipe it can be found here nodes, and end of the pipe it can be found here antinodes. Okay, so now see here the distance between two consecutive node or antinode is that is equals to lambda by 2. That is equals to lambda by 2. This is the open pipe. Like this, the stationary waves it can be formed. And now see here, so this open pipe it can be formed here different types of harmonics. Suppose if you can take here first harmonic frequency. Which one? First harmonic frequency. For example, this is the first harmonic frequency. So first of all, what is the first harmonic frequency, sir? Means the n is equals to, n means nothing but frequency. Okay, the n is equals to 1 frequency is called here first harmonic frequency or fundamental harmonic frequency. Okay, n is equals to 1 frequency is called here fundamental harmonic frequency. Okay, and now see here in this frequency it can be found how many nodes, how many antinodes? One node and two antinodes. It can form one node and two antinodes. It can be formed here one node and two antinodes it can be formed. So see here I am writing here the length which one is given here, that one. So L is equals to lambda by 2. Then from this formula here lambda is equals to 2 into L, 2L. But according to the speed of the wave formula, speed of the wave formula, V is equals to n lambda. V is equals to n lambda. From this formula we can write here fundamental frequency of